take some time. So, and Luxembourg like people who would like to contribute to the economy, who would contribute to the economy and maybe stay back and be permanent residents in Luxembourg. So since you are a student, they might not like the option for you putting money in the... Guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel and thank you so much for watching today. Thank you guys. If you are new here, please consider subscribing, okay, so that you can be part of this family. For those who are new, this is the village boy from Africa. My name is Milton Fonko. Thank you so much for coming to this channel. For my returning and all subscribers, please, I want to equally say I'm so grateful for having you guys back. In today's video, I'm going to be talking about studies in Luxembourg and proof of funds to study in Luxembourg. How much money you need in order to study in Luxembourg, okay? Now, for those who don't know, Luxembourg is a small landlocked country found in Europe, okay, with neighbors like France, Belgium, and Germany. And in Luxembourg, if you are a student or if you intend to move to Luxembourg as a student, know that there are so many languages that are spoken in Luxembourg, okay? English being one of them, German being another one. The Luxembourgish, which is the language the people of Luxembourg speak, is also another one, and the French language, okay? But now, most of the people living in Luxembourg are mostly the Germans, the French, and the Portuguese, okay? So if you are going to Luxembourg, know that. And Luxembourg is one of the safest places, and Luxembourg City being one of the safest cities in Europe as well, all right? If you don't know, Luxembourg is also one of the richest countries on let me say on earth, no, in Europe, okay? And yeah, it can obviously be one of the richest country on earth too. Luxembourg is rich, super rich, okay? They are into banking, they are into a lot of real estate stuff. Before, there used to be a lot of steel coming out of Luxembourg, so that is why Luxembourg is, and there are a lot of companies as well investing in Luxembourg. So Luxembourg is super rich, okay? They are into banking, they have a lot of money. So now, if you are opportune to go to Luxembourg, most of the people in Luxembourg are Belgians, Germans, and French people who work in Luxembourg. And if you are opportune to have a permanent residency in Luxembourg, you are going to have a lot of benefits, like your children will study for free, okay? And the government also have subsidiaries that they, or let me say funds that they are going to be given to you as a couple or as a family in Luxembourg, okay? And now, in Luxembourg, you can also get the residence permit because if you want or if you meet the requirements, remember in one of my videos, I said for you to get the residence permit, you need to write the language first, the Luxembourgish, and it is composed of written, speaking, and writing sections. Speaking, listening, and writing sections, I think, and you must pass the exam, okay, before you can be considered to be given the residence, the permanent residency, okay? Now, there is something you need to know as an international student moving to Luxembourg. You also need to show financial stability because Luxembourg is one of those countries who does not want visitors to come and just leave, okay? They like people who come into the country and as well contribute to the economy. So if you are an international student, it would be advisable that you study in Luxembourg and of course have an intention to leave or stay back in Luxembourg. But sometimes it is not even good if you want to study and you leave, because what if the knowledge you study out there, you don't bring it back to your country to apply it? But anyway, as I said, Luxembourg like people who invest in their country and who contributes to the economy. Now, for you to show financial proof after you get the admissions, first of all, let me start with the documents that you will be needing to apply for your bachelor's degree. If you are a student from Africa, you need to show high school documents, okay? Cameroonians have something they call the ordinary levels and the advanced level certificates. Nigerians have what they call the ordinary level, as I think, and what they also call the WAEC certificate. And other countries in like Liberia, they also have their own. I think there is something in Liberia they call the testimonial or something. Okay, some other countries in West Africa also have WAEC as well. So you need high school documents to apply for a bachelor's degree in Luxembourg, and for your master's you need high school as well as your ordinary your bachelor's degree and the transcript, okay, to apply for master's. But then if you want to apply for PhD, you also need the master's degree and the transcript attached to bachelor's and transcript and high school certificate. Now, when you have gotten the admission, your school or your university might ask you to pay tuition fee, or let's say to pay tuition fee deposit, okay? And now, when you pay the deposit, there is something you need called financial proof or proof of funds, okay, to apply for the visa. And now, the Luxembourg government wants you to show a proof of funds of about, let's say, for Luxembourg, because they are taking into consideration that you are a student and they know how much you are going to be spending for your accommodation and your feeding as well. And the money the government wants you to prove that you can provide for is 700 euros a month, okay? So basically the government wants you to provide 700 euros a month in order to stay in Luxembourg. So if you are living in Luxembourg for 1 year, of course, proof of funds is usually, you have to show proof of funds for 1 year, okay? So if you want to stay in Luxembourg and study, you need to show proof of funds of 1 year for accommodation and feeding, and maybe transportation is considered to be 700 euros by the government. So you need to multiply 700 euros by 12, and if you multiply 700 euros by 12, you are going to get something like 8,400 euros in 1 year that you are going to be spending for accommodation and feeding, okay? Now, let's assume that your tuition fee for masters is 2,000 euros a year. 2,000 euros a year for master's degree, you are basically just going to take the amount for your master's degree in 1 year, then you add it to the money for feeding for 1 year. Assuming that your tuition fee for master's degree is, your degree or your master's is 2,000 euros a year, and your feeding money 700 euros a month times 12 months, which is 1 year, is going to give you 8,400 euros. You add 8,400 euros to 2,000 euros is going to give you 10,400 euros, okay? That is how much you need. My calculation may be wrong, but please just calculate for me, okay? Again, remember that the amount you are putting in this bank in Luxembourg, because sometimes it is preferable to put this money in a bank in Luxembourg. It is not going to be fixed. If you have more than 10,400 euros to put in your account, put it there in the bank in Luxembourg, okay? But sometimes it is always good to ask your university which procedures to use, all right? Because they might not want you to university after it's always good to ask your university after your admissions letter is out which method is preferable, because for now the system says you should put money in a bank in Luxembourg, but sometimes putting money in a bank in Luxembourg is going to take a lot of time, okay? Some people do argue also that it is always good to use pay slips and the bank statement, but I will advise you always ask your university or the international office of your university which method is preferable, okay, for you to use to put to show proof of funds, because it's not good to use a method that you might have complications at the end of the day when applying for visas, okay? And again, remember that putting money in a bank is going to maybe take some time. So, and Luxembourg like people who would like to contribute to the economy, who would contribute to the economy and maybe stay back and be permanent residents in Luxembourg. So since you are a student, they might not like the option for you putting money in their bank because they know you might leave at the end of the day. So again, as I said, the money you need is 700 euros times 12, then you add it to your tuition fee, then you do a bank statement. It can be more than that, it can not be less than that, okay? Increase the money if you have it, and make sure you write the student organization, which is the international office of your university, to inquire what you need, okay, to do with the proof of funds. So sometimes, as I said before, feeding in Luxembourg is not usually a problem, because even sometimes the government do subsidiaries like giving food to citizens or people who lack food, okay? The main problem in Luxembourg might be accommodation, but if you have someone who manages, okay, it is going to be of advantage to you. Of course, I know that. But again, remember that after your admissions, this money is going to be in that account, okay? If you are working, keep your pay slips very well so that you ask for this information, okay, to know which one is preferable. Then if you are planning to set up a business in Luxembourg, it is going to be somehow good, because as I said before, Luxembourg is a country that encourages companies to start in their own area, okay, if you have a business idea, they are going to welcome you. And again, Luxembourg is one of those countries in Europe with low tax rate for companies, okay? I think Coca-Cola, the head office in Europe is in Luxembourg or something like that. So in Luxembourg, a lot of businesses or companies don't pay too much high taxes, okay? That is why you see this economy booming like that. A very small country, but very rich in resources, okay? Especially their banking system. So I hope you guys understand. For the application date for if you want to apply for a university in Luxembourg, always check their portals from January to April every year, okay? That is when their admissions usually open. Always check their portals. And for the proof of funds, make sure you verify from your university. That is the first step you need to take before you start looking for a means to put money in a bank in Luxembourg, or maybe produce the bank account. But for the money you need is 700 euros a month times 12. Then you add it to your tuition fee per semester. If your tuition fee is paid per semester, 2 semesters make up 1 year. You multiply your tuition fee by 2. You add it to the money for your feeding, okay? I hope this makes sense. Alright? Thank you guys for watching. If you find the video helpful, please give it a thumbs up. Pim, and do not forget to subscribe below. Pim, pim, pim. Alright? Until we meet again. Peace.